I've always struggled with confinement, commitment, being tied down, put in a box, told what to do, having things expected of me, being in a cage. My friend Kathy always tells people, you're gonna have a hard time tying that one down. She ain't gonna stick around. I've always had gypsy feet and a nomad soul. I've always been the rebel. Creating a role in life, the game that we're forced to play on this prison planet where we are slaves. I believe with everything that I am that I chose to come here, and that my job, my gift, my mission, my goal, my reason to be was to help carry humanity through a phase of devolution. Back before language and race it's so weird. I don't know exactly where I'm going or what I'm doing. Knowledge comes to me. I didn't study. I didn't read the books. I didn't take the classes in college. I'm not. Things just come to me. When I was younger, people would say I was magnetic and clairvoyant and intuitive. Others would say I was cursed and evil and all of these things. And really, I was just trying to make it. Trying to figure it out. I don't know if I got in the right body when I came. I might have missed my jump. 'Cause this shit, wow, it's been some funk. I don't know how I made it. I look at the pieces of my life and I'm like, how is that possible? It's not possible. If I hadn't lived it, I wouldn't believe it. And even though I have lived it, some of it I don't believe. I have gaps of blank pages in the story that is me. At least in this meat suit. I believe that all the knowledge that I get and have is from the different meat suits that I've been here in. I believe that my ancestors are me. But I can't prove this. I don't have the time or the desire or the capacity to delve into all this ancient knowledge and text and blah, blah, blah. Because the voices that are but aren't inside my head tell me things and speak through me. I spent years trying to shut it up. trying to not be like my dad, which made me like my mom. And that was the worst experience anyone's ever had. And then I have to think about her too, and how she was the way she was, and where does the truth lie? I didn't want to hear my dad. Anything that he said sounded crazy to me. I was born in 1968, and our telephones had little dial pads that you circled around with your finger, and you had to hope that none of the neighbors were on it, because we had things like party lines, and you shared them with people in your neighborhood to have a telephone. And my dad would talk about cell phones with screens that you could see people no matter where they were in the world. And he would talk about being abducted in 1952 when he was 8 years old in Southern California. And he would talk about how it was a lot, and I didn't want to hear it. And it made him quite mad, in this world, at least. And I didn't believe him. However, I knew it was true. How can you not, when it's ingrained in you? But anyways, fast forward, 26 years after his death, and every single thing that he used to ramble on about has transpired. I wouldn't be sitting here talking, and you capable of hearing what I'm saying where you are, if what he had said was not true. And he said a lot of other things. Anyways, I'm just trying to figure it all out. Everybody keeps asking me, what's your podcast about? Well, it's about figuring it out. And figuring it out. It's about figuring it out. I'm not for sale. I am wearing this meat suit. But god damn it. What the fuck? I mean, no. So many different ways are just offensive to my very soul. So because I came here and I'm in this meat suit, I'm assigned a bond note and a barcode and put into this slave mill of programming and conditioning and labeling and told what to think and what to feel and what to wear, and this is this and that is that, and if you don't do this, this is going to happen, and you're going to be treated like that, and you should do this and you can't do that. And what's crazy about it all is all the things that when I was younger, like, okay, let's just stop and rewind 55 years back in time and take a look at the print ads and the things on the black and white TV, which, by the way, my dad said was the devil's looking glass and would be the destroyer of all humanity. Anyways, that TV and those print ads told us things like smoking cigarettes was good for you. It kept your weight down. Women didn't need to be fat. They even told us to smoke during pregnancy so that the birthing would be easier. All the things that they pushed on us back then are things that they are totally speaking against now, and only because we know the truth. I mean, cigarette smoking has killed so many people of my grandparents' generation and even my generation. And it's the hardest thing I've ever dealt with trying to quit. And they promoted it. They promoted it. I'm not lying. Use your precious Google. Look it up. So many lies. And that's the truth. Y'all get mad at the older generations because of the things they do and the way they act, but it was programming. You talk about free will. We'll get into that later. But there are studies that have proven beyond the shadow of a doubt that there's no such thing as free will. Anyways, we have been working. I'm grateful for the angels that come in creatrix energy and help me bring myself to light.
You're listening to True Lies Podcast, starring Valorie Hope McMahon.
All you investigators and researchers and scientists and extremely intelligent humanitarians that I know can research and look up and find the facts for the thoughts that come to me, because these are just things that I know, and I'm going to speak them. And they will manifest, because they are not from this meat suit that you see. I'm just the filter that they have to go through to get to you. And the more that I realize that, the more that I am able to get out of my way, out of your way, and view this more as a spectator than an actual participant. Because when I am participating, wow, that's hard. That's not easy. Especially in today's day and age, with the lack of love and human kindness. Everybody so lost and hurting, whether they admit it or not, afraid. And when we are living in fear, everything else falls apart. It's
Now count backwards from 10. 10, 9, 8,
for the love and the light.
7, 6, 5, 4, 3,
For the love and the light. For the morning and the night.
When it all began.
Nay, I able to for just one brief melody survive the beautiful switch, so that we can see the things that are hidden in the night. That's beautiful.